So hello everybody. So sorry for the connection issue, but no, we are okay. So welcome to Simone, Orsi and Enric Tobella that will show us the new tool for managing repository and some new feature of oca-port.
Not anymore. Hi everybody. Well, just a small correction. We were supposed to talk about oca-port, but we won't because we have another talk tomorrow for the oca-port. So it's all good. Thanks. Ciao everyone. Hope you're doing good today. So first of all, a few words about who we are. I'm Simone Orsi. I'm 41. I'm from Rome. Python full stack dev since a bunch of years. Working with Odoo since OpenAP 5, oca-port member. I love open source and software architect at Come2Come since 7 years. And you can find me everywhere as Simok. You can talk here, otherwise nobody's.
Hi, I'm Enric. Well, actually I'm a mathematician, but I've been working on Odoo and Python for 7 years. And since version 11. Right now I'm a oca-port member and I've been working for 10 years as an IT manager on Creu Blanca, a set of medical centers in Barcelona, but right now I founded my own company. Hard work there. You can find me as Tobella or Tobella. So,
Okay, so quickly, agenda for today. A bunch of terms, some terminology to understand what we're talking about. Then we're gonna explain how the repo and the maintainers, like the PSC thing works today and how it's going to work tomorrow, which is what we want to change. So, very briefly, probably most of you already know this, but just to give an overview to the ones that are not aware of it. So we have projects that are actually tied to a macro area like accounting and logistics and stuff like that. A PSC, which originally was meant to be a project steering committee, meaning that there was a committee that was about to, meant to drive a project like evolution of accounting, evolution of logistics, and so forth. The repo itself, I mean, what you find on GitHub, and then we have teams that are used to manage the access, the permissions to each of the repositories. And here we have basically two main teams. One is the board for the oca-port members, core maintainers, which are people that are there since a while and help managing some repositories. Then we have the PSC, responsible for reviewing, merging, in theory, helping people contributing to the repositories. And then the representative, which is normally one person that is nominated to represent that group of people in the PSC. So, today we have a bunch of issues. We have plenty of manual operations in order to create repositories, to manage the access to the repositories and so forth. We need a high level of rights because we need access to our Odoo instance. Everything is managed from there. And so we need some superpowers to make this happen every time. And since it's in our Odoo community instance and not everybody can have access to the backend, of course, somehow we have some little transparency on how this works. Sometimes, if you ever submitted a proposal for getting into the PSC, you know that sometimes it's a long way to go to get access to the membership of the PSC. And one thing that comes automatically from what we have today is that members of the PSC are published on the website, or you have some sort of recognition and you know who to look for when you want to find who's responsible for what. So the workflow today is this. You request through the contributors mailing list, just write an email. You wait for the vote, so +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. And then what happens is that one of us has to follow up on that request and take action. And actually, for instance, sometimes I see 2 votes. Okay, not enough. Okay, I'm gonna get back tomorrow. Maybe for whatever reason, I forget or time pass by, I don't have time. Maybe 1 week later, 2 weeks later, we take action. Okay, so that's what happens, right? So this is the experience on the other side, right? And this is because of the manual operation that I mentioned before. So what we have to do when we have such requests is, first of all, if the repository is not there since a while, we have to create a repository and then wait for the sync to happen between the Odoo instance and GitHub. We have to take care of the PSC, and the PSC in our Odoo instance are projects. This is because Odoo projects, I mean, project.project model, okay? This is because originally when the OCA started, they foreseen that we could manage everything in Odoo, but it's not the case today. But we still have the projects, the members attached to the project that basically land in the teams of GitHub. So we have to take care to find the user, plug in into the right project, blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes it happens that the GitHub user is not matching with the user on the platform. And you have to check why. Maybe it's inactive, maybe the guy changed the email, maybe whatever reason, and then you have to follow up on this and this problem, right? And then, of course, as I said, the repositories are on GitHub, so you have to get there and see if the teams are matching. There is also a delay, so even if the above operations are smooth, you still have to wait for the sync to happen from our instance to GitHub, so it's not immediate, okay? So what happens is that you still have to wait to get the final situation.
So that was obviously a mess for everyone. So we tried to find another option. We are talking about GitHub, so maybe, or well, mainly, the only option we had was to use GitHub with all the options that it provides. So we created a new repo that it's called OCA Repo Maintainer, and where we can do 3 things. One is to create or update repositories. So when we need to create a repository, we don't need to go and ask someone from the board, please create a repo, assign the team, assign everything, please. No, we just go to this repository, we configure it, and automatically it will be created.
And Bootstrap.
Bootstrap too. Also, we can manage the branches there. So if the repository is new, like the sign repository, and we want to create it's created only on the last branch, it's 16, but we want to work with 14 and 15. What we do now? Then we need to ask for a PSC right now that he creates the branch, push it rightly. That's work, and someone needs to do it. Now we can do it with this tool. We just mark the repository as we need the 14 branch, and it will be created. Sorry. Will be created automatically. Also.
Before it happens again.
Yes. No. Also, we will be able to manage teams. We don't need anymore to send an email to the contributors mailing list. We just create a PR, then everyone can vote, and then when we just merge it, you will be automatically asked to join the group. How it's done? Well, we use a Python package that we created for this, and all the configuration is done with YML files. And you can even use it to manage your own repositories. It's not done only for OCA. The tool can be used for other communities or even for your own company if you have some sort of complicated management. So, right now, the idea is we just need to open pull requests for new repositories, for new branches, for new teams members. Also, we will use some GitHub pages to show the teams, to show the repositories, and just to follow up who we need to ask or ping when we want to send a new PR. So if we want to create a pull request on a new module talking about the stocks, we just go this page, check the repository, and we can see who's the team, who can we ask for help. And how it's done? Well, here, that's the repository configuration. So we just say the repository name, the branches, it's here, the repository name, the branches, the category, and the default branch. So when we need to create the 17th branch, we will just add the branch here, and it will be automatically added. Also, we can configure the PSC members and the representatives. So here is the example for sale workflow.
Default branch as well.
It's here.
Yeah, but because today, even when you want to change a default branch, someone create an issue, please change a default branch, right? So again, one manual thing to do. You open a PR, you change a default branch there, and bam, it's done.
Exactly. So here's an example for sale workflow. Here is for EDI. We could manage on the same file several repos, usually managed by the project. So here you can find EDI framework, and so on. On the stock, there will be like 10 repositories, and so on. What about the PSC? Well, similar way. We have a file with each for theme in this case, and then logistic maintainers, the members we have, the name of the team, and the representatives. That's all. What's the result of that? Well, we can show on GitHub pages how it's the current members, the current PSC, and so on. It's easy for us to find, and we can ask them politely if we can help us. We can provide a way to manage the branches, to solve the usual issues that makes the board do things, but they are not really necessary. We can do it automatically with this tool.
And voila. We made it fast. Huh?
We will try to push the tools today or tomorrow with some repositories, and then extend it for all OCA.
And then slowly decommission the sync with odocommunity.org. So we have to kill some machinery, but we're gonna do it step by step. So we're gonna test it these days, but if you're curious, just come to us and we can help you. Maybe if you want to test it with your own organization, that would be great, because then we have some more testing before we screw us here. That's okay. Any question?
What's the name of the repo?
Actually, is no, we missed a slide. It was there, I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, it's I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna add the slide and share the slide, but it's we couldn't test it in OCA because this thing is going to take the control of the repositories.
Okay.
Okay, so we had another organization, OCA-Devel, okay, where we're testing this. So we're gonna test it once again with some repositories from the OCA, and then we're gonna move it to the OCA organization. Okay, so it's not there yet, but I can send you the link later.
Okay.
Other questions? No? Great. On time. Huh?